Welcome to CDDC Apparel presents Dressed Down with me, Greg Chalmers, and very handsome man, Christopher Shields. How you doing, my friend?
Good, mate. Good. How are you? I'm enjoying these very handsome man things. It's a bit of it's an ego boost, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, mate, like for anyone watching this on YouTube, it's accentuated because you have these two beams of light that are coming down just across your forehead. The light's dancing off that beautiful brow of yours.
Angelic.
Yeah, it really is angelic. It makes me think of like just the pearly gates, and I'm loving it, mate. I'm liking it. I'm talking so much shit here. Right. Anyway, do you know you catch yourself going, what the fuck am I talking about?
What?
Anyway, mate. Anyway, apart from being made uncomfortable by me, how are you today?
Good, mate. I'm very good. Yeah, just another day in the locker, man. Just another day in the fucking dad locker. Just dealing with life.
Dealing with life.
I actually had my eldest, who's going to be 5 tomorrow.
Happy birthday, D-Bell.
Happy birthday, Darcy. It'll be actually 5 today. It'll be out on so she was sat in the toilet and she decided to calm me down and show me what she'd done. She was really proud of it. Mate, and I'm not even joking, mate. It was impressive. You're like, oh, this is both impressive and disgusting in equal measure. Like, she went high fives for it, never. So like,
do you know, she's definitely related to Aldo, isn't she?
Oh, 100%.
100%. Yeah, she's going to be such a wido, man. Yeah, anyway. But, yeah, so happy birthday, Darcy. So, seeing, like, what 13 years when you're allowed to listen to these, you'll know that we wished you happy birthday.
Did. We talked about you taking a massive shit.
I know, I can't wait for our 18th birthday when we play this clip. Good mate. My day's been, I've been on the phone to you quite a lot today, just ranting and raving. Just one of these days, mate. I just get like that. See when I can look at the fucking concern on your face like that, Greg. Don't say what you're going
to... No. I've a little chuckle to myself all day. You've just been getting raging.
Mate, I've just get raging, mate. I have every month I have one day where I just can't keep it in anymore. It's like call it a rage period.
It really is, man. It really is.
But it's just frustration, man. Can't get outside. And even more so because the weather's been less than enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? But what I did in my day, hold on. Yeah, yesterday, if you're listening to this today, is did you watch that Panorama documentary about boxing and the mob? Did you see it?
Yes, mate, I did.
Mate, what is going on?
I know, man. I know. It's mad, isn't it?
Just folk getting clipped left, right, and centre.
You know the thing? It's like I remember all those incidents as well because that's like around about that. I thought I fell away from boxing a little bit, but at one point I was really, really heavy into watching it, and I was like constant. I mean, I knew all about. I remember, I was there. I remember being like kind of heavily watching boxing when Michael Macklin was still fighting, and it's kind of the tail end of his fighting career, and then him moving across to starting up MGM or like Macklin's Gym Marbella, and then obviously. I remember they changed their name because it was actually the actual MGM
MGM Grand.
Yeah, the actual Metro Goldwyn and Mayer were like, hold on a minute, no. So it's changed it to MTK Global, but mate, like your man that's involved in it was Daniel Kingham.
Daniel Kinnahan, something.
Yeah,
but he's a bad boy, man.
But I know,
well, allegedly, he's a squeaky.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he's as slick as an otter's back. I swear to God, man, he's just just
a big Teflon coated guy,
just
all non-stick,
just like that, just sliding past things. Oh, it's crazy, man. And Joe, mate, I didn't realise just how many people, like fighters of note, had come out of that gym.
Aye, well.
And then you're talking. See it was the bit at the end, right, when they're saying that, right, he stepped away, but he's still advising fighters. and then you get like Tyson Fury and all that, and you think this. He's like,
Yeah.
And but do you know what I thought was weird, and it proves how nails this guy is, right? The only guy in the entire world that would stand up and go, get him out, is fucking Barry McGuigan. Of all the Barry's like, listen, what was he says? I've been in terrifying situations all my life. No, I'm Lord. Just like that. Go on, Baz.
Yeah, it's, you know what, mate, it's I was thinking about it. See, after I watched it, I was having a little think about it, and I'm like, I mean, what do you? It's kind of one of those things I'm thinking about. I was like, what do we expect, really? I mean, boxing is it's almost like the fucking perfect little petri dish for these type of people, because it allows them to kind of make the most money possible in a sport that is wildly unregulated. I mean, notoriously unregulated. I mean, you look at it, even when it comes to world championships, there's 4 of them. Do you mean 4? Like, you've not got one stream for world championship boxing.
Yeah. And then also, it's the easiest.
And even some of those have got 2 world champions. It's the WBA. You can have a regular and a super world champion. And then you go back the way down, and you've got like British Boxing Board, the control. Even fucking Malta's got a boxing board. You know what I mean? Like, in fact, like, even America, different states have got fucking different boards. So it's wildly unregulated.
It's also probably the easiest sport to fix as well.
Well, I mean, we had that with
Poch.
We had Pucci on, and he was saying, like, people just that's it. He's made a career off the back of
taking a dive.
Not taking a dive, but just kind of walking people around the ring, doing a favour and stuff like that. But there's an art to that.
Yeah, not getting hurt.
Yeah, it's like it's perfectly like plenty of money, well, like unregulated. Nobody's to be an advisor or a manager. There's no course or qualification or any sort of kind of checks that you've got to do. It's just one of those things.
Well, that's the thing. Eddie Hearn said that, because when they spoke to Eddie Hearn, I think he gave a statement saying that he basically is just a boxing pro, and he's got to deal with whoever the fighter wants to have in their corner. Do you know what I mean? So there is, you're right, there's no like, it's not like when you to a football manager, you've got to do the courses and you've got your licenses and all that.
You've got to be fit and proper, like deemed a fit, like with a whole Martindale thing.
Aye, that's the Livingston boy, innit?
Livingston,
when he's not out dealing ching, he's fucking.
It's mad, mate, isn't it? Like, and also as well, boxing is one of these sports where you can gain notoriety without being the public eye.
Yeah.
So there are promoters like the likes of Al Heyman, right, who's this massive boxing promoter and like promoter / advisor / manager, who's worked with like Mayweather's, with Amir Khan's, like we're talking top echelon, like a lot of Vegas fights. Like he's fucking, his name is in the mix. Nobody sees him. I've never seen a picture of this guy.
He's just a ghost.
It's just a guy.
He's a super ghost.
But it's crazy, man. Like it's mad. It's one of those, you're like, what do you expect? Like,
yeah, I mean, and also, mate, like I think it comes from the old way that boxing was run, you know, when it was like an underground thing. Do you know what I mean? And also, it's a great way of laundering money.
Well,
it attracts certain characters. Do you know what I mean? People 100%. Who are people, and that's what the beautiful thing. There was the Carl Frampton thing. Like, I didn't realise Carl Frampton had left Barry McGuigan and to go to MTK. And when they went to court, Carl Frampton said that the MTK didn't charge him for their services. And you're like, and so where's the money coming from? Do you know what I mean? And then they were like, and actually there was a good quote. I actually wrote the quote down, mate, because I'm a prepared guy. Basically said that Daniel Kinnigan was basically laundering his name. So everyone thought he was this like, so he took over the cartel from his dad, Christopher, right? Yeah. And everyone knew that he was a dodgy cat. There was all drugs and weapons and all that jazz. And then he started just trying to be a clean guy and just like showing up at fights with like bow ties on and all that. And like, do you know what I mean? And but you had to go through him. Do you know what I thought was weird, right? And I don't really know, I couldn't figure out what the connection is. See that Scottish woman that bought MTK, but she owns Fake Bake, the tan company?
Yeah.
When she's like, I've known him for 20 years and all that, I've phoned him for advice and all that. I'm like, what? How does she fit in the mix?
I know, where did she come into it?
Because I thought BBC iPlayer had started doing adverts at one point, because it just cut to this bit and it was just like women standing about and all. I'm like, what is it? And then it just was like Fake Bake. And I'm like, wait a minute. It was bizarre, man.
So strange, mate. So strange.
Bizarre.
Yeah, didn't quite make much sense. But again, I was like, you know that we going back to the McGuigan thing. See the fact that they had Barney McGuigan on as the kind of the only kind of the whistleblower, the only one who was willing to stand up. It kind of cheapened it for me a little bit.
Oh, really? Did it?
Yeah, because I mean, so Barney McGuigan painted it in a way that MT came and poached five of my boxers off me. When in actual fact, the Carl Frampton one, the relationship between him and Carl Frampton was fucking going downhill massively.
Was it?
Yeah, man, it was going downhill like really, really quickly. And it was going downhill after he fought Leo Santa Cruz. And I think it was this, after he lost his fight, he's lost the rematch with Leo Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Because he then wanted to fight the trilogy. So he'd won one in Santa Cruz in New York. And then they're like, right, okay, rematch. They wanted to do it at a neutral venue, so it was fucking Vegas. But Santa Cruz is for California. He drove to the fight. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a neutral, but more money sort of thing. So that after that, they started kind of go like, fucking, they started kind of like drifting apart.
Right.
And if you listen to Carl Frampton talking to listening to his podcast with James English, and he was saying that actually they used to train for 12 weeks, so fight for 12 rounds, train for 12 weeks, but it'd be like fucking balls to the wall, like constant. And he's like just burning them out. I mean, so Barney McGuigan actually retired when he was 29. Stopped fighting when he was 29 years old, when you should really be at the peak of your powers.
Mm-hmm. But he was just burnt out.
But he attests it to being I trained like an absolute animal all the time, constantly. I mean, I had fucking one speed and that was full speed, and then fucking burnt out. And Carl Frampton was kind of going the same direction.
Yeah.
But then there was also the financial fucking things that actually he wasn't getting the money that he should have been getting.
Oh, right.
Which is why the court case happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but similarly, McGuigan done that with his own boxing promoter when he was fighting, had court cases as well. So that's how you're kind of going, well, there's a fucking conduit, like there's a common in both of those stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also, you look at when he was talking about, McGuigan was talking about that fighter being on the phone, and it was on the phone to Daniel King and all the rest of it. That fighter's actually come out on Twitter. It was a guy called Conrad Cummings. So he's come out and gone, wasn't poached. I left of my own choice. Like, wasn't. So the three that I know off the top of my head were Carl Frampton, Conrad Cummings, and Josh Taylor. Those three are the three that left.
Josh Taylor left, aye.
Josh Taylor was the other one, aye. But like, and also McGuigan's were notoriously difficult to deal with as well. So I mean, like, I think
it reminded me of like they were painting MTK to be like the Death Row Records of boxing.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, because they'd in Death Row, they had Suge and all that, Suge Knight, and they were just going in and like poaching artists for other labels and all that, getting them out of their contract, took Dr. Dre and all that. That's what I felt like when they were talking about it, and it was obviously ran by a criminal. And there was all that shit. Do you know what I mean? I thought the parallels between them and Death Row Records was quite was pretty easy to see.
It's interesting. Isn't it? It's really interesting. I just think
because
it's one of those are going. The boxing's always had.
Yep.
Always been notoriously dodgy. Notoriously. I mean, like fucking there's stories like it's fucking craze being involved in boxing. You look at the fucking Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston. Apparently that was fucking those mafia influence in that fight as well and stuff. You know what I mean? You're just like you can go back right the way back through fucking boxing, and there's always been dodgy characters in the background of boxing. So it's kind of like
it's a blood sport, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It attracts that sort of people.
Of course it does. Of course it does. And like you say, it's so wildly unregulated. Like, I mean, see, to be a professional doesn't. Anybody could be a professional boxer.
Freddie Flintoff.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Like fucking me and you could go down and go and get a professional fucking license. Well, maybe you couldn't because you get a fucking dodgy knee, but
I could just fight off the back leg all the time. But
I've got 4 fucking fully functional limbs. I could go and get a fucking professional boxing license. I've
had sepsis in this arm and a fucking broke leg there. Could just punch in my left hand and stand on my right leg.
That's it.
Never knock me off axis.
Mate, if the Paralympics are fucking looking for you, should have me a shout.
Big sepsis comes into the ring.
That would be your name, mate.
That would
be your name. It was one of those things. I don't know why. That came in my head this morning. And that's why I sent you that picture. Just you.
I wondered why randomly you fucking sent me a picture. I thought something had come out online or something. I was like,
no, it's just one of those. It just came into my head and I was like, I thought I'd send you a picture of you with a ring round your elbow going, I've got sepsis.
Sepsis is no joke, mate.
I know, yeah.
See, when I woke up in the morning, my arm was last and I was like, I couldn't open it. And then I went to the doctor. And do you know the thing was as well? I was like, my mum, I need to go to the hospital. And she went, why? I was like, look, my arm is over this size. And then I was like, she's like, I can't take you to the hospital. And it's Paisley. So, and I obviously couldn't drive. So I had to phone Mac to come down for Hamilton. He's like, what's up with you, Mac, mate? I need you to take me to the hospital. My arm's inflated. And he took me, just left me at the front door. And they drained all the fluid at my arm and that. And I had to walk from Paisley, the Paisley RAH, all the way to some weird train station somewhere like this. Just walk through the street. Oh, it was the worst.
Thing is, you wouldn't have stood out. You wouldn't have stood out.
No, I wouldn't have stood out. People like, oh, you stop jagging up in the same arm, my man. But going back to that thing, it was shocking, man. I never knew there was that much. And obviously, you know, there's a bit of dodgy stuff going on. Do you know what I mean? But that's like an actual empire.
Mate, I know. The thing is, as well, is he's not going anywhere.
No, and do you know? I think it's weird, right? Because they've moved their operations to Dubai, which is just like to just solidify that what you're doing's dodgy, right? Go to Dubai. You don't get anybody just going, I'm just going to go to Dubai. Just go to Dubai if you're
paying it for my mental health and that, you know what I mean?
Oh, don't even get me started about that clown. Did you see that she's for anyone listening, we're talking about that girl that was on this morning last week. Did you see that she made all her social media private?
Yeah, like almost instantly, didn't she? She was like,
mate,
nope.
See the abuse she was getting, man. I'm not a big fan. I like flicking through comments and all that sort of stuff, but some of it was amazing. So some of it was absolutely spectacular. I loved it, man.
The thing is, like, see, for every like violent, there's one person that comes out with something like it's very, very nuanced and very funny, and you're like, well, that's good. Like, yeah. But you've got to sift through like just the this like,
folk just
hundreds of Karens.
Knuckle dragging bastards just fucking sharing their ignorance.
Just in their dressing gown going, I'm stuck in the house, homeschooling, 15 games. I mean,
they're sharing one lunchbox.
I know.
Mate, do you know the weird one is you can go through and you can tell the idiots that can't spell Dubai. There's a guy spelled it, I swear to God, Doobaie.
Wow. Despite the fact that
Doobie.
it's
Why are you getting yourself out of Doobie?
despite the fact that it's in every fucking news outlet going. Every single news outlet going. But okay, can't spell it.
No. It's a ridiculous state of affairs. But I don't want to get down the rabbit hole of education, mate, because it's something I feel very strongly about. And I don't want to start, because I'll never stop. And you'll look at me like that, Greg, stop shouting at people.
It's true, aye. Invariably, that's what these dress down sessions end up just being.
Me
just
raging.
Going, let me get angry about something.
Well, mate, do you know what? Right, see when you know. See when I go, do you know what? Right, that's when you know something's
and I'll
coming.
tell you what else. I'll tell you something else.
Do you know what else fucks me off? Yeah. See that guy? Right, that one, I know. I can see your face going, oh no, what are they going to say?
You know what we should do, right? Is we should make this into like a little feature of our dress down podcasts.
Right.
What grinds Greg's gears?
Oh, mate, this would have to be about 8 hours long. Do you know what really fucks me off? And it just popped in my head there, right? This is, to some people, this is going to sound ridiculous, right? But it really fucks me off. People who stand in doorways and talk, or stand at, like, see when you go to a supermarket, right? And then there's just two fucking idiots standing with their trolleys blocking the fucking aisle, right? And you walk up and they just look at each other and just keep talking, and you go, sorry, can I just... You don't want to be like that. Oh, dickhead, fucking move. But you got to go, oh, sorry, can I just squeeze past you now? It's the same with people that stand in doorways or people who have conversations at the bottom of stairs. Fucking move out the road. I've got places to be. Mate, that really fucks me off, mate. That'll put me in a bad mood for the day. See if somebody does that. Somebody just... Do you know... No reason I thought about it, mate, is I went down to the shop earlier on, right? And I'm in just doing my thing. I'm all masked up, right? That's me going on. That's
working. Right. For those of you who are not watching the
yeah.
Greg's put his hand over his mouth.
Yeah. So I'm in doing my thing, man. I'm just down there getting some vape oil and a Yorkie, right? Fucking just keeping it simple, mate.
Trying to live my life.
Keeping it real simple, right? And
humble.
I know my roots. Anyway, right, and I'm leaving the shop, right? And then there's these two, fuck it, I'm not even going to specify their gender, right, because I don't want to fucking annoy anybody, but these two fucking idiots standing at the door, right, no mask on, right, also, it's so cold outside, they're standing in the doorway, so the automatic doors can't close, just cooling the place down, there's people working in there, right, and then at the same time, I'm not trying to get past, and the two of them look at me, as if I'm the fucking idiot. I'm like, see what you're standing in? It's the portal to the outdoors. Get out the road, you fucking mouth-breathing bastards. Right? And they're just standing there like, fucking, oh, mate. And then I get out of the shop, mate. And then I turned and looked over my shoulder viciously. I nearly hurt my neck, right? If I know, mate. I turned and looked over my shoulder and gave them the eyes, right? And they looked at me like I was the problem. Mate, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3" and 17 stone. I'm not getting through this. I'm not a field mouse. Right? I'm a big unit and I need a big space.
It's true. That's true. I've always said that about you.
So that's just what's fucked me off today, mate. Well, that's just a very small part of it. I mean, I've been fucked off by so much. Yeah. There's loads of things that really annoy me. Everyday things. Everyday things. Mate, I'm trying not to go, and another thing. Because this ain't a marathon.
Just an angry DJ Khaled.
And another one. Slightly fatter and a bit more raging. DJ Rayfart. Right, anyway, no, but what I was also wanting to talk to you, Christopher, and we'll tell the beautiful people at home that are listening to this, that we've got a big podcast tomorrow, mate.
We have.
Right, and I'm telling you, I'm telling you, mate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Smith, if you're listening,
Yes.
you better put yourself in a padded room, my man, for the next 24 hours, because 2021 has been a cursed year for podcast guests on here, right?
Man, I'm starting to think we've been like hexed, mate.
Mate, I'm telling you, it's some Final Destination shit. I'm telling you, right? He needs to get in there and just settle in. Settle in for the next 24 hours till we come on, because I cannot have somebody else getting injured on my watch. It's not happening, mate. I'm just not having it.
We've been like wildly unlucky when it comes to getting guests.
It's ridiculous. Book in, day before, boom, injury. 3 in a row.
It would take I genuinely would not have thought it would take until February for us to get our first guest on the podcast of 2021.
And see, when you sent me what happened to Josh Quigley, mate, that sounds painful.
Yeah, I definitely didn't tickle, did it?
That boy, I mean, he hit by a car last year when he was out cycling. And then he's just been cycling again and broken his shoulder, and he's done something with his spine, ribs and all that. He's not having I think
there was a list of injuries. It wasn't just like one or two. There was a list of injuries.
I know. And I just think, Josh, maybe get a taxi, mate. Yeah, but aye, and then
we've some reflectors or something. There's a wee horn.
Oh, wee ding ding, ding ding. But no, I mean, fucking hell, man. So he get injured, and then Martin Simpson, he was
wasn't well.
Took not well, and then the last one we're not going to tell you about, because we will reveal it when we finish off the podcast, because it is absolutely brilliant.
We have half a podcast. We have half a podcast in with this individual, and I'm intensely looking forward to this. It was a good first half.
Oh, it was a great first half. It was a great. I mean, it was
real long intermission, though. It's a real long intermission.
I know. I have not had much luck, man. We really haven't. But I hopefully. So Matt, Chris, tell the lovely people who Matt Smith is.
So Matt Smith, or Smiv, is a YouTuber. He is widely known as the godfather of Sunday League football on YouTube. He was the first person to put out, to film and put out content for Sunday League. So his team, Palmer's FC, are a team down in Essex, and he started filming the games. Basically, him and a group of his mates started up a Sunday League team. I think they've done it for maybe a year or two off camera. And then they just decided to start filming the games and putting them out on YouTube. And Smith would do the commentary over the top of it and all that sort of stuff. And it just kind of went from there. It was something that I took on. I started watching maybe about 4 years ago. It's been one of those wee regular YouTube videos that I've quite fancied watched. And he's since kind of. He started up his own channel, separate channel from Palmer's FC. Smith, and he does a series called On the Road, which is actually put out Football Top. So this is the Football Top for his On the Road series. It's basically where he goes around different grounds around the UK, around England, and basically rates the experience. Brilliant, mate. Some of his stuff, I'm a massive fan of his stuff, mate. So. I'm gonna have to kind of.
Is it heavy? Are you gonna get a wee bit starstruck tomorrow, Chris? Is that
maybe I might fanboy slightly, because I like his stuff, man. I do like his stuff. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to having a chat with him.
That'll be good.
He's actually just started his own podcast as well with David James as well.
Ex-England goalkeeper.
Liverpool, Man City.
He's a big unit, man.
He is.
He is definitely feeling my pain about getting through doorways.
Mate, definitely. But then again, I suppose people would just stand in the doorway if David James is coming up to you.
Mate, these people don't care about anybody but themselves. Well, they are the bottom feeders of society.
Well,
no, they are, mate. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They only care. They are so self-involved in their conversation and just fucking spouting vitriol, right? And I'm just a guy. I'm just trying to get up the road and eat a Yorkie. That's all I'm trying to do.
That's it, mate.
And the fucking gatekeepers of the co-op won't let me out.
I mean, yeah.
I know it's a strange thing to get raging about, mate.
It's a really strange thing to get raging about.
Mate, you must get raging at stuff.
I mean, yeah, I do get a bit annoyed about things, but like...
Tell everybody stuff you get annoyed at so I don't look like a complete fucking idiot.
I mean, I don't really know off the top of my head, to be honest. Like, I don't... But the thing is, I don't get, like there's nothing that goes, like, two people standing in a doorway, it's not going to ruin my day.
Oh.
I mean,
what about standing at the bottom of an escalator? See, to do that, man, you've got to have real mental problems.
But see, that's it. I'm just like, guys, I'll be like, clown, get out my way, let me go on with my day, and then that's it. Dealt with, done.
No, but it's not that bit that gets you.
Well, what?
You've got the initial rage, right? Or initial anger at having to address them and go, could you please conform to what everybody deems to be appropriate behaviour and stop standing in everybody's road and talking to your other pal, right?
Yeah.
What causes the rage, mate? And this is, I really have to convey this strongly, right? Because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm being needlessly passionate about this, right?
Okay.
It's the look, the inference that I, the passerby, is in the wrong. Because they look at you like that, right?
Or maybe they're just slightly bewildered that somebody's got double rages.
No, I mean, but the thing is, I get raging on here when it's talking to me and you. But this is okay. I'll do a version of what I would do. Oh, sorry, guys. Can I just squeeze through there? Right. That's it.
Right.
That there is. I've even hesitated to make them feel in charge. I've sort of ducked my head down like, oh, sorry. I'm very submissive. Like, can I just squeeze past? Oh, sorry. Oh. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Put them in the position of power in this situation. Yeah. Okay. I could fucking roll into them like a bowling ball and tell them to get the fuck out of the road. But I don't. Yeah. You take this approach. Watching us, right?
I'm watching.
You go, oh, sorry, can I? And you do this with your teeth. Oh, sorry. Oh, can I just? Right. You get rid there, right? And then you you think you're free and clear. You think so. But I can feel it in the back of my head. My eyes burning. And then I can't help it, mate. I turn and I make the glance.
So you're sending out a mixed signal?
No. When I say make the glance, I turn around and it was only today that I did it in a kind of more aggressive fashion than I would normally. But I'm just thinking, you're in a centre, right? And you feel the eyes burning, right? You turn and look over your shoulder and they're looking at you. And they're like, making a face at you. That there is where the rage comes from. Because they are making it seem like I was the problem. Whereas the two of them are just standing there like a couple of big stupid looking traffic cones and we all have got to meander in about them whilst they talk about fucking Gogglebox and dribbling into the Ribena.
I mean, again...
Paint a lovely picture.
Yeah, I mean, you've described it beautifully. But I just don't get that raging about it. Like, I understand it. I get it.
I appreciate that you understand it, mate. It's a big problem.
I understand it, but it just, do you know what? Like, I just go about my day, man.
Right, but there must be something like... No, mate. I'm not fucking letting you away with this, right? That you can just get on with my day and just fucking... You're just sitting there just casually eating a steak bake, right? No, you're not getting away with this, right? There has to be something that... A very small thing that somebody might do that grinds your gears? Mate, see the way you're sitting? Don't move. Right, go look up, look up, look up. Keep looking up. It looks like those two beams are coming out your eyes. Cyclops out of the fucking X-Men. That's what I feel in the back of my head. Right.
Oh, I don't like. I actually don't. Genuinely, mate. I can't. Nothing's coming to the forefront of my mind. No, actually, I tell you what. There is one wee thing. It used to annoy me, but it's not an everyday thing. It's whenever you would like. It's not something we're going to get to do anytime soon either. It's when you're on a flight.
Oh, is this about kicking chairs?
No. This is the bit we've landed.
Oh.
We've landed. Taxied in, right? Seatbelt light goes off. Then everybody just stands up.
Mm-hmm.
And we all let's just all just stand up and just congregate in the middle.
Oh.
And then you're like, well, why are we doing that? Why? Just fucking take it in turns. Like, just let some, like, and then what fucks me off then is I'll fucking sit down and let fucking all these people get all excited and start fucking climbing over each other. And you'll get some, like you say, some mouth breather will then decide his bags are above you, and you'll end up with this guy's fucking piss tank all rubbing up your face. You know what I mean? You're just like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? He's just like, I'm sorry, just, I left my scarf at the top. What are you doing, mate? Just the fucking, you know what I mean? You know the bit I'm talking about? A wee bit of just poking over his jeans. His wee boxer shorts are there and they're like folded over. Because he's wee... It's the worst. It is fucking hands down the worst. And then how... Once he's gone, we're like, I'm going to go into my bags. No, fucking Margaret and her fucking sister are fucking then want to come past you with everything because they've brought 4 bags each because why not? Because they can. And they just fucking come back and you end up getting fucking elbowed in the back of the head by her. Gives me the fucking rage, man. Just sit there trying not to lose my shit in the plane. You know what I mean?
It sets your holiday off for a bad start, man.
Oh, because the minute you snap, I'm the dick. You know what I mean?
Mate, that's what I'm saying!
You're like, no. You're like, fuck off. I just had that.
Get your balls out of my face! I'm on my holidays!
Rubbing his balls on my shoulder. You know what I mean? Don't give me that. Being sexually assaulted.
Musty plane buzz. They've just been sitting there, just all air conditioned. They're just
fucking Lonsdale track me rubbing up my fucking. The worst, man.
Oh, and he's like a wee piss stain at the side when he's no flicked it enough.
Just fucking sour cream and chive, fucking Pringles in his fucking t-shirt now.
Oh no!
It's the worst, mate. It gives me the fear. It winds me up. Like, I go from like straight to a fucking 10, mate. Straight to a 10 with that.
Mate, you know what? I support you in that. That pisses me. Do you know what else pisses me off on planes, right? See when you're unlucky enough to have a child in behind you. And you're something else just came into my head that really fucks me off about planes. Right, I'll tell this one first. But seeing you're going like, you're getting kicked back and forward.
Yeah.
And you turn to the parent and go, listen, any chance you can tell them, stop kicking the chair, right? You're nice about it. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay,
I know you're going to fucking jump to the defence of parents here, right? You can't control kids.
Man.
You can. Wait a minute, right?
Go on.
They're still doing it. You're getting kicked in the back, right?
Right.
You go, look, I'm trying to be a nice guy here. Could you please get your child to stop kicking the back of my chair? It's incredibly distressing, and we've got another 11 hours to go, right?
Yeah.
Knock the wee bastard out, right? So, what in that situation, if it was my child, I would pick the child up, put it on my knee, and go, right?
Yeah.
Right, and give it a wee bit of fucking stuff, right, to play with.
Aye.
I don't know, right? And obviously, I'm not a
Right.
parent, man. And mate, I
No,
understand.
evidently so.
Right, wait a minute, right? I understand that taking a child on a plane is a very difficult thing.
Oh, it's looking at difficult in the rear view mirror, fam.
Right. But my only retort to any of this is, right, but it would be by doing the thing that I'm about to talk about, right? And I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be the guy that I'm about to mention. I don't
Yeah.
want. I'm about to mention it, and I've been that guy, but I've only done it. I've only done it in response to being treated poorly, right? Which is, you're on a flight, okay. Now, as I stated earlier on, big unit. I'm also
Yes.
more legs than I am body, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
You're 60-40.
I'm part giraffe, right?
Yeah.
So when I sit on so just your standard airline, right? My knees are pressed right up against the seat. I can't help it, mate. Right? Just built that way, right?
Yeah.
And you get some dick in front of you that's fucking like, and he puts his seat back.
Oh, they're the worst people.
They are worse. I'm put this out there. They are worse than the people that stand outside doors in the front inside doors. Sorry, they are worse.
Agreed.
Right? Because on 2 occasions, both times travelling to the States, I had to tap the guy and go, "Listen, mate, any chance you can sort of, like, move that forward?" You'd have thought I took a shit in his mouth. He's like, "No, I've paid for this seat. I can do what I want, mate." And I'm thinking, you're about to get knocked out, right? So, but going back to the kid thing, that's what I do. But is that right, you wee dick? Boom!
Wow. Wow.
Capri Sun, all over the place.
Oh, mate. Well, see, the thing is, right. See, being on a plane with a child, it is the hardest thing going, mate. The hardest thing going. Because, especially if you get like a child under 2.
Overhead
Under
locker.
2. Mate, believe me, I've contemplated it. But they've got to sit in your lap.
Good.
Right. No, not good.
Good for
Not
me.
good.
I don't get booted in the back.
No, it does, because it means that they're fucking in closer. They then grab and fucking put their hands over. They end up getting a wee head massage now. They fucking grab at you and stuff. Or they fucking, mate, it's so hard, mate. It's so hard. See, even if it's just an hour, 2 hour flight, you try keeping a child fucking busy for that length of time, right? Short of doing fucking, there's an iPad, sit with that, right? Which, by the way, is fucking easier said than done. Because the minute they know you've got an iPad, they want the iPad all the time.
Give them it.
So if you, no.
How? Stops them kicking my seat.
No, but if I'm talking about the minute they know you've got an iPad, they'll know you've got an iPad when you've packed the bags.
Right.
So they're like,
Just tell them it was the plane's iPad.
give you that. No, because they know. Mate, they know. That thing's fucking, they know.
Right.
Fucking know. You've then got fucking, the iPad's in the bag. Can I have the iPad? I want the iPad. Give me the iPad. You get the iPad? Can I get the iPad? Give me the iPad. And that goes on all the time. So fucking, you've got to try and fucking ration it. IPA fucking. Then the minute they get on the plane, they'll be like, "Nah, I'm bored of that. Don't want that."
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Or it's like, "Do you want a wee fucking treat?" I want a wee treat. I want this. I want that. Look, mate, it's the hardest thing going to keep a child occupied in a small space for that length of time.
So what do you...
And see if one of them's no in the mood.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How are they not in the mood? They're going on their holidays.
Doesn't matter. Look, mate.
That's it. Ban kids for flights.
I've had arguments with my child. Like my daughter is kicked off royally because her socks were too squiggly.
What does that mean?
I don't even know. But that was a me problem. My socks are too squiggly. I don't like these ones. These ones are too squiggly. I need the other ones. You know, what other ones? Like the ones. You're like, I don't know what that means. I mean, it's the worst. It is the worst, mate.
So basically, what you're saying is, I just need to lump it.
100%.
Nah.
And you think you will only ever understand it when you try to take a child onto a plane. That's the only time, and that's the only time that you'll ever fucking. It's the same with people park.
Here we go. Here we go.
People parking and paying child spots without kids.
Oh.
There's a special place in hell for them.
Why? What's the big deal?
Have you ever tried to get a child out of a car?
Not legally.
Brilliant. No, honestly, mate. See, like, it's annoying, man. See when you're parked in a normal space, right?
Yep.
And then somebody parks a wee bit too close to you, you're like, fuck's sake, I have to fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah, a contortionist to try and get out.
Yep.
So not only that, you've then got to try and get a child out of a car seat.
Yes.
Well, there's like a certain wee trick to get the fucking car seat out.
Right.
And then they're like, they don't help you getting their arms out and anything like that. Or if they do, they've got like a juice bottle and it doesn't fit.
Oh,
and
no.
then you're like, fucking...
I'm done already, mate.
And then what they'll do is they'll go, the minute you try to get them out of the car, they'll be like, they'll hold onto the door and go, boom! Fucking hit the door off somebody else's car and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need that space. You
Okay.
need those wee bits of in there.
How do you know? Right, so here's a question, Chris, right? You're in the car park. You've had trouble getting a child out of the car. You may have dented somebody else's car.
Yes.
But in the distance, you see down near the doors, there's a guy getting into a car and he's not got away. Do you see anything?
I have done.
Whoa!
I've done 100%. Gone past something like, mate, you've left your kid in the shop. It's no disabled spot. I was like, fucking, it might be.
Oh! Screw it.
It's the worst, mate, honestly. It's the worst. They're the worst people there. If any of our listeners, if you're that person, delete yourself.
Wow, Christopher
Delete
Shield.
yourself.
This is a role reversal here.
Want you listening.
Wow,
I
mate.
want your listenership. See if you're one of the 10 people that listens to the podcast and you do. I'm talking to the other 9. No, you, right? 'Cause I don't.
Right, mate, before you start saying any more things that are going to get us, we're going to diminish our followers. It's usually me. It's usually me that you need one about. Right, I'm going to call this conversation to an end. It's lovely to speak to you, Christopher, as always.
As always, mate. As always.
But hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back to our usual schedule.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
We'll be filling the airwaves with more interesting conversation than what fucking pisses me off and Chris shouting at people in car parks. So yeah, Matt Smith tomorrow, mate. Fucking double excited for it. And thanks for listening, people. Please hit those like and subscribe buttons, unless you park in a child parent space.